Greetings and welcome to Destiny and Dice. This is a live stream of a D&D campaign set in the world of Eberron that me and my friends have been doing for, oh my gosh, is it like over a year and a half now? Something like that? Has it really been that long? Anyways, regardless, it's awesome. We're here to do another episode. Hope you've been watching. If you haven't, take a look at our website. You can catch up on some DM notes. If not, check out our YouTube where we've got all of our videos posted. You can catch up there. In the meantime, we're just going to jump right in like we generally do. Okay, so when last we met, the Shadowslayers, still reeling from their adventure into the cell block of Whitehearth, a secret Cannith facility located in the Mournland, have retreated to the nearest junction in hopes of getting some rest and recovering from their latest encounters. While in the midst of trying to figure out exactly what was going on with Nyx, Z used her ritual to detect Dragonmark magic. This revealed several things. The entire facility is made of Dragonmark magic. Nyx is currently hosting Bruce's aberrant Dragonmark. A bit of aberrant Dragonmark magic is currently fluttering around Rix's head, and the dwarf they rescued has an aberrant Dragonmark on his throat. Following these discoveries, the Shadowslayers find their luck continuing to circle the privy. Nyx's form changes to the Bruce that we know and love, and who promptly assaults Bruce in his current form. Rix finds himself under psychic assault. Z's hypnotic gaze begins activating outside her control, and Jalira finds that her memories are being subtly altered to match the new Bruce's memories. In dealing with these new challenges, the party struggles and finds a moment to breathe, deciding that it is definitely time to get some rest, and that's when Kiz receives a sending from Pipes. The voice is weak and strained, but unquestionably Pipes. And yet, in the following moments, Z sends Pipes a message, only to receive a response that is also unquestionably Pipes, though he seems to have forgotten who Z is. With this new puzzle placed in their midst, the party, exhausted and needing to recover, decides, before anything else can happen, they're going to rest. Setting their watches, the party begins their rest. Shadowslayers, you find yourself all falling into an easy unrest, except for the first up on watch, which is Bruce and Zanim. Speaking of Bruce and Zanim, what do you do?
Okay, so he has the needle.
Yes, I do believe Bruce currently has the needle.
No, Bruce is just kind of sitting there in the same corner that he was in last time. Just in his own little world.
This is super helpful, but Z's doing something similar. Like, she's really going over those Pipes messages in her head. G, how could Kiz have gotten a sending from Pipes that, was asking us to rescue him, and then I contacted Pipes moments later and he didn't know who I was? Like, how could Pipes have forgotten me? How could Pipes have forgotten any of us? What in the world are we trying to do? How do we save Rix? How do we save Nyx? She's just in her head, but also looking at the walls to make sure that nothing shifts and changes without their knowledge.
Okay. With that, I'm going to just go ahead and turn on some ambiance just to kind of add to it. Please feel free to lower and mute him as needed. Okay. So as you two... Wow, are you guys really facing the walls? I guess. Hold on.
We're not looking at the map. Or now we are. Okay.
Just so you have the map, just to kind of reference where you guys are all laying down, where you're settled down. Just a note, Quora has taken upon herself to be the prisoner's guard, and if he stirs and twitches so much as disrespectfully, she's going to probably eat his face.
So, after everyone's settled down and they're kind of on their watch, kind of sitting in silence for a little bit, I don't know, maybe like 15, 20 minutes or so-ish, Bruce would just kind of quietly get up and he would walk over to Zanim and just kind of reach down and hand her the needle.
She would grab it and kind of like glare at him as she sticks it in a pocket or something. Like protected so she can't accidentally get stabbed by the magic needle. Thanks.
He's kind of like emotionless. Like he just kind of like more like his mind's elsewhere. He just kind of walks up and just hands it, and then he's like, "I think Nyx, maybe Cherry had the rest of the stuff."
Okay.
And then he's just gonna turn and he's gonna walk down to the other junction. And seeing as though there's a mattress there, he's gonna go sit on the mattress.
Okay. Z, with this, Bruce hands you the magic needle and wanders towards the other junction.
I mean, she would put the needle away somewhere where it couldn't accidentally stab somebody. In her bags. So she would wrap it up nicely, but mostly she's still a little too distracted by everything to like go check on her brother or do anything thoughtful at the moment.
Okay. What particular is she thinking about at this time?
Dragon marks.
Dragon marks. Okay. Specifically, which dragon mark, or just dragon marks in general?
Bruise's mark, trying to figure out how it got to Nyx, trying to figure out if there's any way to get it back, if that would fix Bruise and bring him back to his other personality, the one who, is a little more clued into everything going on here. So she's trying to solve the puzzle of saving Nyx and whatever's going on with Rix and that mark and Bruise and aberrant marks and maybe a little bit to the dwarf with the aberrant mark, but mostly she's focused on her family.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an Arcana check or Arcane check at disadvantage. Okay. You're puzzling these things out in your head. You're thinking about how things should work. Nothing. There shouldn't be like let's make it real. Like nobody's heard of a changeling with an aberrant mark before. The fact that Nyx is sporting possibly 2 at this moment in time kind of leaves you in a setting of out of your water. Like this is
Well,
not
yeah, but
something you're
she
familiar
didn't
with.
see any sign of her original aberrant
Are you sure?
mark as much, did she? She mostly saw Bruce's and not Nyx's mark, right? Am I remembering something wrong from the last session?
She saw what she thought was most likely. Well, we'll stick with your 11. No, you don't really recall seeing Nyx's mark.
Okay.
We'll go with that for now. Okay. So you're kind of lost at this moment. Like there shouldn't be.
I mean,
from what you've done about dragon marks.
Also, do I need to do a perception check and anything attentive, at least on this half of the hallway?
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll me a perception check. Okay.
Yep, she's doing real good.
You're a little distracted, preoccupied with your thoughts about dragon marks and worrying about your family. Bruce, up in the other junction, as you're sitting there on the mattress, what do you find yourself kind of lingering on, thought-wise?
He's kind of just taking that time to, like, at first he would just kind of be sitting there, his knees in front of him, his elbows kind of resting on his knees, and just kind of staring blankly forward, kind of downward, and not thinking about anything in particular, just kind of being numb in some ways and just letting kind of things roll into him.
Okay.
Like after a little while, that probably just start, like his mind would start filling with like what had been happening on this, just everything that's happened since he woke up, just waking up, being somewhere else, feeling like he's displaced, finding out it's been 6 years, he's missed so much or something. How difficult, the last, just day has been, with not understanding, people seeming to get mad at him a lot, frustrated, an incredible amount of condescension from his sister, just kind of feeling useless and wondering why he's here. Like, just all of it just kind of slowly piling up as he's just, trying to figure out what is going on and why, and the little snippets he's heard, he can't fully place something about him picking up a crystal, and there's so many things rolling around in his head, and he can't lock down any particular piece of it. It's just all rolling, just not understanding, not being happy, not just, and then probably kind of reviewing some of the stuff like that's been happening more recently. Finding out about Rick's and Nick's, feeling like he doesn't know who they are, that he's never known who they are. Nick's attacking him, what that means, why would she attack him, like what's going on with her, and then seeing himself, seeing that terrifying, angry, monstrous looking orc man, that couldn't be him, right? Like that's not him, that's not who he is, that's not, like, what could have happened to make him into a monster? Like that horrifying thing that, yeah, that's not who he is, that's not him, that's not, and just kind of being terrified of that, and then kind of looking at himself, like trying to come to terms with that, like that's not who he is, but he's in that person's body.
During that encounter with Nyx having changed into Bruce's alternate, or however we want to say it, the other Bruce, the description of monster is very apt. He more so than anybody here remembers, there were more scars, there were more scratches, as if somebody had clawed him up one side and down the other in an effort to extract or scratch and pull him or hold him and contain him somewhere. It's like taking that moment of trying to what is that me? Like the body that you're in, yes, it hosts scars that you don't remember getting. It hosts scratches, but it doesn't hold the feral, the uncontrolled rage that you found in looking in those eyes, because those eyes did stare at you hard, though they were full of white burning energy that the rest of the party has come to associate with the former Bruce raging. And it's a hard thing to come to grips with. It takes you a few moments to kind of figure out what truly is happening, what's going on, as you're trying to understand and piece together the things that you have. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
I don't think Bruce is paying attention to anything, but sure. 19.
Okay.
Should that be a disadvantage? I don't know, it's up to you, because I don't know what this is in context to.
Okay. So you're kind of looking down, you're looking low at the ground. Something does catch your eye. A light bluish flicker that seems to come from... Oh my goodness, that seems to come from... Ha 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 ha. This direction over here. And kind of as if something moved through the wall and then moved back. Like, you swear it was only out of the corner of your eye, and you're not entirely sure that you really did see it, because it's not something that normally happens, things sticking their heads through walls and back, but you caught something.
He'd probably look up, and then not seeing anything, wouldn't be sure. Probably just chalk it up to, the lights playing trick, or him thinking about something, and he might pull out his axe and just kind of have it in front of him, easy to grab if he needs to. But if he doesn't see anything else, he's just going to go back to thinking.
Okay. The first little while passes on. Nothing more seems to happen.
Probably return to his contemplations, and from that thought of that thing and it was, not wanting to believe that that's him. From there, kind of the memories he had that are crashing in on each other. The image he had of being gutted by that woman that not that long ago, or maybe a long time ago. It's hard to tell at this point. It seemed earlier, it was just moments before, and then now it's there's maybe memories in between those. Maybe this wasn't, but seeing her, and then from there, the last time he remembered seeing her before that, as she pulled that same blade from Captain Gallus's body. And that realization that no matter what he remembers Colin and Odiana, like they're safe as far as he can remember. He's having trouble remembering the rest. Torth, he wonders a lot about Torth. Like, why can't he remember? But Galvus, he knows is dead. And for probably the first time in any of Bruce's existence, he would start mourning a man that was like a father to him. And would probably just very quietly just break down and start sobbing as it hit him that this man that took him under his wing and believed in him and helped him and guided him and believed in him and everything, just no matter what, that guy's gone. That man's never returning. And he's just gonna start quietly sobbing there.
Okay. Half an hour passes. An hour passes. Both you, Bruce and Zanim, find yourselves beginning. For you, Z, it's been a long day. Even though you've probably only been up for, at most 4 or 5 hours, it's been a long day. Bruce, you, in this moment of mourning, you find yourself getting sleepy as well. You've exhausted. You used, I believe you used the last of your rages during the fight in the cell block, and you find yourself running dangerously close to falling asleep. Both of you knowing that the procedure for watches means going and waking up the next set. Do you proceed to do that?
Yeah.
I would say from where Bruce is at, Bruce being as strung out as he is, out of rages, not able to follow his pattern of turning pain into anger and directing it somewhere. Like, all of it would probably just hit him in waves after waves of like what's been happening and how out of place and out of touch and disconnected he feels from his family and Galvus and everything in Torth. And he's probably just having a complete breakdown, like silently just having a complete and utter breakdown there. Like, no sense of time, no sense of anything else going on. He's kind of lost.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw at disadvantage.
Con save 15 with disadvantage.
Nice. Stays
Me
conscious.
crying for a while.
You're going to be crying for a while. Z, you do find yourself falling asleep. And with that case, do you go ahead and wake up the next set?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember who the next set was, but yes, Z would
Next
go.
set would be Jalira and Kizriel.
I'd probably just go tap on Jalira and say, "Hey, I'm sorry, I'm falling asleep. Bruce is down the hall. Can you get up, kids, and you guys take over watch for Bruce and I?"
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. It doesn't do any good to have me on watch if I'm not awake. So.
No, it's okay. I rub her arm reassuringly.
Z would curl up in a ball and try to sleep.
Okay. Jalira, you find yourself awake. Z sleeping. As you wander over towards Kisrael.
Got another piece. What? Oh my gosh. It's still there. She's distracted by something on my face. Yes! It wakes up. It's like, oh, hey, oh, hi. You have something on your face. Just get it. Okay. Oh my gosh. You're looking. Are you feeling okay? How am I feeling? A little rested?
A little rested, but not nearly as well as you think you should. Kisrael, you find yourself not like fully reinvigorated, but you're starting to feel better.
If I go back to where I left my gear charging, do they look like they've charged at all?
They look like they're charging. None of them has quite reached a full charge yet.
Well, yeah, she knows that it's too early for that. She just wants to make sure it's happening. Where's Bruce? I don't know. I'm gonna go look for him. Okay. See, he didn't seem concerned, so maybe. Wait, that's right. We did leave a bed down there, and he.
I remember that Z told you he was down the hall.
So how quietly are you proceeding
still
down
waking
that hall, Jalera?
I think if she heard echoes of herself, she would definitely be quieter. So, quiet enough to match the rest of the group. Quiet.
Oh.
But that's about it. Where is Bruce?
Bruce is, well, currently on my map, Bruce is under the bed hiding.
Oh, okay.
Don't work, guys.
Bruce has pillow forted up for the night.
On my screen, he was on top of the mattress, but yeah.
He was on mine, and I got a view to Jalera's screen and saw that Bruce was indeed hiding. Okay, you find what looks like an almost uncontrollably sobbing Bruce on a bed, who probably doesn't notice you walk up.
Nope. No, Bruce is just sitting there, and if he's been there for as long as he's been, like, it's ugly. Like, you round the corner, and he is just sitting there, like, he basically has, like, his knees up close, his elbows are pulled, like, against his face, and he is just, like, racked, like, with sobs, his body's shaking. There's tears, there's snot. It is just ugly. Like, complete and utter ugly sobbing.
Growing up, how often did she see him like this?
Cherry? Probably never. I was thinking maybe like the ones that are his age or Kiz might have, but I don't think Cherry would have ever seen him like this.
She wants to comfort him, but she has actually no idea what to do. If that would be appropriate or not.
Roll me a straight wisdom check.
Did that go through? Oh, come on.
There.
Okay, so
she's not the hey buckaroo, you should buck it up kind of person though.
Well, see, you're not like that. And Bruce isn't really the plucky buck it up kind of guy. You know what Bruce really responds well to? Like, Bruce really needs to chant, when he's upset, he wants to channel He wants to hit things. He wants to break things. He wants to smash things. He wants to fight. He wants to spar. That's like maybe I should like fight him. No, that's probably not going to do me any good. But it might help. But ultimately, I will leave the choice to you as to decide whether you decide to go up and like punch him in the shoulder and be like, "Let's do this. Come on." If it had been a nat 1, you totally would have rolled up and just clocked him and like, "Let's do this, Bruce. Come on, get out of it." But thankfully, you didn't roll a nat 1.
Because I would do damage. Yeah.
You do more damage than next one.
Not true.
Not with an unarmed strike.
Okay. Well, I'll. It's like okay. I'm gonna go up to him and it's kind of a jab. It's not a punch. It's just a kind of like in the shoulder, just a little tap. Like, do you wanna? Would it help if we like? Can I help? Yeah.
I don't even know if he would respond to that.
Like, no, I'm kind of seeing like this kind of timid. Can I help? Like, Bruce is still just in the middle of it. Like, he probably didn't even feel the tap on the shoulder. Just
like, yeah, it's like shortness of breath, like having to like, in as like he's just like sobbing, like it's coming and going in waves. It's not a continuous thing, but like like it hits like crescendos of him like just weeping, and then like kind of dries up for a moment or two to like more of like a snivel, and like it just keeps going like up and down, like grows in strength, and he is just
Okay. Well, after a little bit, she'll give up her battle stance and just. He seems okay. Maybe it's better.
roll me another wisdom check.
Okay.
Please roll high.
It was 15. I'm thinking she's stepping away.
Yeah, you think back to a time when you thought there might be this other dwarf crafter who was hitting on Friedrich, and you thought you might have seen him respond, like, and flirt back, and you went home to Z, and Z was just you're angry, you're sad, you're torn up about it, you're like, oh my gosh, why? No, why? And like you talk to Z, like Z finds you almost in a similar state, not like quite as extreme, but in this state of complete, utter lost and pain. And you remember like Z tried to talk to you for a few minutes and it didn't work. And ultimately Z just kind of sat down next to you and put her arm around your shoulder and just let you get it all out before she could interpret the squeaks that you were making, trying to tell her what was happening. So they finally came down to a normal pitch.
Z was there for me. She'd be there for him. And just hop up next to him, put my arms around him, and just don't do anything else.
Okay. While you're there, roll me a perception check at disadvantage.
'Cause I'm not paying attention.
you got this, Cherry.
Cool.
Almost really good.
Cool. Okay. So this goes on 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. Kisriel,
Like they're fine.
I don't know. I think she's probably crying a little too.
like seeing Bruce, big, strong, unbreakable Bruce. Like the only other time you've seen him possibly at this much odds with himself and upset was when his hand burnt, and his initial reaction to not being able to immediately use his hand after sticking it in the fire.
She got a kiss out of that. in the end.
Is she gunning for another one?
That would weird her out way too much.
But meanwhile, Kisrael, 15 minutes pass. Like, roll me a perception check.
She whispers to a possibly asleep Guara, I wonder if we should, like, check this guy for, like, arcane focuses or material components.
We have his arm.
Oh, yeah!
You're gonna
The
rob
token
him
may have an arm.
when he's
the
already
dwarf
lost
fact
an
does not.
arm.
She may or may not have been thinking about how to convert that into a leg if need be for Rix.
Why does Rix need a leg?
Because he almost had his dead torn off.
Really?
She was thinking
We should have done some first aid then.
his leg's okay.
Okay.
You guys were able to restore feeling to it before it became terribly damaged. Guara kind of she had moved from her super protective, super on guard point, like sitting on her haunches staring at him. She kind of slowly scooted her butt back and had transferred down to the chin on the paws, staring at him. Like, she sees you when you come over and pat her, like, seeing that you're kind of awake, she kind of gives herself permission to doze a little bit because she sees that you're up and you're moving. But she's still kind of like facing him, like, I'm not taking my nose off of him. My eyes might shut for a little while, but my nose will always be there.
I will rest such that she feels comfortable, or I will sit so she feels comfortable to rest. Sorry, I didn't mean to make that pain. Uh,
20 minutes pass, 30 minutes pass. Still no real sign of Jalira, and you haven't really heard anything.
I'll be right back.
Kiz is now worried that Bruce has killed her.
I mean,
How would you like to
previous
proceed
day
down the hallway?
I'll be quiet about it. But I will make sure Guara is awake this time.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, I'll be right back.
Guara kind of perks her ears up and her eyes kind of open up to slits.
When you get back, I'll let you rest. Sorry. So I will go
Roll me a stealth check as you move down. Bruce, you still don't really recognize anybody coming down the hall. You know that somebody's there with you. You're fairly sure it's Jalira, but you're still pretty caught up in your stuff. Jalira, you hear the faint pat 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 of tiny feet coming down the hall. As Kiz kind of pokes her head around the corner and sees what Jalira saw, just with Jalira kind of hugging Bruce and crying herself a little.
I'll just look at Jalira and be like, you got this? Okay. So
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and head back. Because I do want to let Guara rest. See if Jalira can coax Bruce to sleep.
Okay. Okay. Bruce, will you let yourself give in to the exhaustion and eventually kind of let it weigh in on you so much that you say, okay, it's time to be unconscious now?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, with this type of, like, intensity, one of two things is gonna happen. It's either going to eventually break, kind of like a fever, and he'll have just cried himself out, and he'll kind of come back to his senses a little bit, or he'll just pass out mid.
You kind of, you're.
You want me to
approaching one
roll
of
to
your-
see which one it is?
Nah, at this point we're gonna say that like you kind of get you've peaked again. You've peaked again. You feel him get tight. You feel him get super blubber, and it's just as he kind of comes down, you kind of feel him starting to get a little bit more limp, and a little bit more limp, and a little bit more limp as he
And I'll
passes
kind of
out and
move the
fades.
bedding to catch him so he doesn't squish me or anything.
Okay. You managed to kind of lay Bruce down. About halfway through your watch, Bruce is done. He's out. He's gone. So you have an asleep Bruce on a bed. It's like the only one sleeping on a bed.
The rest of us have bed rolls, probably.
She honestly does kind of like the idea of watching this portal as well as having the other one covered, so I think she's going to just stay here for the rest of her watch.
Okay. Okay. You continue your watch, and Kizriel continues her. Nyx. In your sleepy, dreamlike state, you find yourself in darkness, in cold and shadow. And then you find it getting gradually brighter. And there's something stiff and wooden under you, and you smell salt, and there are waves around you, and the trickle of rain falling on your face, and you find yourself waking up in this vast ocean. A storm above you. In fact, that's what woke you up and actually made you open your eyes, was the sound of thunder rolling over the clouds. What do you do? I can't hear you. I think you might be muted.
I'm gonna check my hand. See
Your
if
hand.
I'm in Bruce's body.
Your hand is your own.
Okay. It's reassuring. She's gonna kind of look up, be like, Kuma, and she's gonna speak to him in Draconic. Like, is that you? Can you talk to me?
Thunder rumbles really loudly, and you get the very distinct impression of almost uncontrollable anger.
No.
And at the same time, you get the feeling that if he could speak, it probably wouldn't do you good.
I'm sorry. Don't know how to fix this.
More thunder rumbles above you. As you sit there on this piece of driftwood in the ocean, you feel like you're not alone. As you kind of look over to your left, you see what looks like a figure made of shadow, sitting quite straight-backed, prim, proper, like as if posture was everything that mattered to them, with their legs in the water, not facing you, but sitting there.
Speak. what to do. I understand.
Barest, quietest whisper. What was that creature? The one in the cell. The one who tried to rip me from you.
A woman. She was covered in a dragon mark. Are you all right?
I'm recovering. But between offering harbor for him and the attack that just happened, I'm not doing well.
Is there something I can do? Stay in my true form so you don't have to do anything?
I don't know how I'm hiding myself, but that seems to have happened. It's a defense, I guess. It was bad.
Hmm?
If I understand how he's feeling, if it's anything like what he's feeling, it's going to take time to recover for me.
Understand.
I'm not gonna be able to lend you anything for a while.
I understand. Just take your time and recover. Somehow we've got to figure this out. I attacked Bruce, and I can't do that.
Then you need to find a way to remain calm in all situations. And you need to find a way to keep your head level. He likes to feed on big emotion. He feeds on fear. He feeds on anger. Those were the things that gave your friend his strength. And those are the things that he gave Kuma. If you find yourself afraid, he will take over again. If you find yourself angry, he will take over again. You must learn to keep a quiet mind at all times.
I'm afraid when I do that, I get a little bit problematic. I do bad things. I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want them to not like me. I guess more the case.
These creatures you surround yourself with, they are your family. They love you. I don't understand if it's out of obligation, if it's out of necessity, but everything I've seen them do for you and for each of them in turn, they will understand. And if you think that accepting that creature, that spirit, she continues to look up at Kuma, is the way to save your friend and to spare him the pain that he's already gone through, I will not allow it. If you give up on me, I will let him loose. This is a fight you have to fight, or you risk losing everyone. I intend to live with you. If that means that your friend has to somehow regain what he has lost, and if it hurts him in the end, I will do everything I can to make that happen. If there is another way, I suggest you find it. Quickly. And she just kind of slides off the driftwood into the water.
I don't know how to fix this. Like, I thought if I could, and she's literally just great. Another threat. In a way. Sorry.
As the storm clouds thicken and get darker, night falls in the ocean. Whatever passes for a sun here fades, and you slip once more into darkness. Rix,
Yes?
you wake up in a lovely feather bed.
Oh, that's nice.
You open your eyes, you find it's that perfect day in Sharn.
I sit up in the bed and I stand up and kind of look out the window and just take in the scenery.
You find yourself once again at Willow Tree Orphanage in your room. You stand up, it's familiar. It's a place you haven't been there in a while, and the last time you were there it was a lot more burnt down than it is right now. You stare out the window into the yard where the willow tree fountain flickers with water catching the light. You hear children playing on the swings on the far side of the fountain. Everything seems peaceful.
He kind of just takes a moment to just take in a deep breath and let it go. And he kind of stops and he looks around the room and immediately kind of goes for the door to go look for the others.
As you head towards the door, you feel you reach for the handle, you feel yourself stop. Like you put your hand toward the hand, you are inches from grabbing the door handle, and you find that you can't quite touch it. and something pulls you back over to your bed. To not on your bed, but below your bed. As you slowly bend down, kneel down on one knee and bend down, look under your bed, extending your hand to whatever is there. You feel your hand grasp on the hilt, a familiar hilt of a weapon. And in your mind you hear, "Honor the deal. The time is coming. Don't forget, you promised." And with that, you wake up. As Kiz gently shakes you awake to change out watches.
Oh, how do I feel?
You feel really good.
Oh, that's nice.
You feel a little queasy sick to your stomach from the dream you just woke up from.
Oh,
But you feel good.
I think the adjective is stabby.
do I recognize Kiss?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. To cover that base. All right. He kind of wakes up and he's like, "Ah."
I don't know if they're supposed to be muted. I'm not sure if Kiss is trying to participate right now or not.
What were you describing? I was saying that there was color in his cheeks. That's true. I was starting to ramble about it being easy to see color in changeling cheeks. But she's happy to see you looking well, and she's going to give you a hug.
No, he's gonna give her a hug back, and he's like, "Oh, I think I just need to sleep a little bit. I mean, not 100% obviously, but I'm feeling pretty good. How's the watch?"
Okay, Jalira and Rix are down in the other.
Do you mean Bruce, or because he kind of looks
Bruce.
around?
I
Okay.
do that sometimes. I talk about somebody, but I'm talking to the person.
Yeah. I did pretend to be him once when we were little, but I thought that would have gone.
Yeah. Sorry. So Bruce
okay.
is down there. I think they're okay.
Okay.
But you can check on them during your watch. I'm gonna go back to sleeping near the creepy dude. But
Okay.
next to Guara.
All right. So Rix stands up and he heads over to Nyx and gently kind of wakes her up.
Nyx, you find yourself being gently woken by Rix.
She would look up at him.
Hey, start
She's
to.
gonna check and see who she is.
Who is she right now?
She's
Who do you want to be?
She was her elf before when she
Okay.
went to bed.
Okay. So she'll wake up in her elf form.
Okay.
Uh,
I think Cherry and Bruce are in the other place. I'm gonna go just check on them real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay.
You do notice that she has no dragon mark on her face at this time, like even her elf form.
Oh, I noticed that last time.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
Give me a fresh reminder.
Rix isn't gonna try touching it again.
just like, you touched me and it was okay. No problems.
I mean,
Sorry.
I mean, honestly, earlier I think it was because I tried to touch your face. And I'm not, I'm feeling great, but I'm not feeling that great.
So you understand. Go.
Yeah,
check
I'll be
on
right
them.
back, and then
Let me know if you need me.
when I get back, can we talk for a bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
We need to talk.
Okay. So he's gonna go. He's gonna make his way down. Hold on just a second. He's going to head down to talk to, or to check in on them. And he's not gonna be sneaky about it. He's just gonna walk to see how they're doing.
Not gonna try
Okay.
to be sneaky about it. What's his passive stuff?
It's passive stealth? Oh no. His
20.
passive stealth is like, I think a 16.
If the cloak gives you advantage, this is a static +5.
So he comes over here and kind of looks around and then sees them.
I'm just hanging.
Yeah.
Hey.
You should try to get some rest. Try to get some rest. And, we'll take over, me and Nyx.
Is there enough room for a little chipmunk to curl on half the bed? A chipmunk shifter.
I mean, Bruce didn't lay himself down, but probably.
You can probably squish your way onto there, around him somehow, cuddled up next to him.
My head on top of his. Okay.
You pass out next to him happily. Okay. As you check on there, you see you linger long enough to see Jalira kind of hunker down and get snuggled down for a minute or two, and after a few seconds, she having a rather long day as well, passes off fairly quickly and easily.
He kind of glances about the room briefly and then...
Roll me a perception check.
Oh, I'm great at those when it's passive.
While he's away, Nyx is going to check the prisoner. See it.
11.
Check his vitals, kind of thing.
Okay. The prisoner seems to be breathing. Seems to have a faint, not a strong heartbeat, but a faint heartbeat. It's there. It's pumping. His breathing is lighter than it should be. Everything. Roll me a medicine check.
Okay. Pretty good.
It's not as deep or as shallow as Kizriel's or Guar's or Z's, but it's enough that you're sure he's alive. You don't know what state he's in, but he's alive.
He's not conscious.
No.
He's not pretending to be asleep. It's pretty
No.
sure he's out.
You're pretty sure he's out.
Okay.
Now roll me an insight check.
Sure. Insight. I'm better at those, maybe. All
Pretty
depends on
sure
the dice.
you're pretty sure he's unconscious. Okay.
Okay. I find it hilarious that she has a +5 on insight and he rolled an 11 versus the medicine with 2.
Dude, I have a +7 on perception and I got an 11. That is
Kate
six.
has a
That's
+3
six.
to
That's
stealth, and
six
she got an
below.
11.
That's
Going
6
early.
below my passive. Today is the day of 11s.
Today's number is
11. This episode is brought to you by the number 11. I'm guessing I don't notice anything.
You don't seem to notice anything.
Okay. So he's going to make his way back. He goes over to his sister and just kind of gently side hugs her.
Kind of hold him back. Still afraid to touch him.
Yeah.
Just in case he hurts
It's like
him again.
a very cautious
Just
hug
legit.
from both of them. They're like,
high five.
Yeah.
air 5. Air hug. That's what it is. Let me. And he's like, "Come on, let's sit down." Well,
Should we be in the hall or something so that we can be here either side?
you know what? That's a good idea. Let's go sit in the hall. That way we can at least get somewhere quickly if we need to. Just about here, I guess. Ish.
Is everything okay?
I don't know how to answer that. I mean, I'm feeling pretty good, but I mean that here that doesn't really last long. And I'm worried about you. But you knew that already. I'm worried about Bruce. I'm worried about Cherry and Kiz and Zaneem. I suppose the person I'm maybe least worried about is Zaneem. She always seems to bounce back really quickly. I'm worried about that message that Kiz got and how it's affecting her. I mean, she's known Pipes the longest out of all of us. And hearing that message likely terrified her. This place is confusing. And
Not sure it has
Hmm?
anything. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying, I don't think that's most of the stuff probably be happening elsewhere too. If we were messing with magical stuff, or touching her in a magical facility, those kind of things don't. Anyway, I don't know.
No, this all just feels like it's way over our heads. And the more we try to make sense of it, the more confused we end up being, and the more we end up getting hurt. So, you know, it's I hate the Moreland.
Do you really think that we are going to find another reality-altering crystal?
I don't know.
Because I'm pretty sure that was a once, and probably a lifetime, or apparently twice,
I don't
for Bruce and Steve.
I don't know. I mean, when I was going to sleep, and I was trying to fall asleep, I just, I started thinking about that voice, the traveler, and I know that voice, but it wasn't just a voice. It was multiple voices speaking all at the same time. I mean, with the sort of synchronicity that feels almost impossible to achieve, Where it's only until you're really trying to make sense of it and understand the voice that you start actually noticing that it's more than just one. And the wildest thing was, and maybe it's just this place playing tricks on me and my brain, and that crystal's voice was one of those voices.
So you think that it is part of the traveler?
I don't know what I think. That's the thing. I can't trust my memory anymore. Because I don't know when I'm going to open my eyes and look at anyone and even remember who they are. And then, the very act of trying to remember them is tearing my mind apart. I don't want to forget any of you. But I don't know how much more my brain can take.
She tried to seek from me. that the cloud tried to take away Seek.
Your dragon mark is just gonna let me take it from you.
No. I'm sorry. So that prisoner, we were in the. So we think it's the effect of the cloud,
Right.
and the cloud, the powers for the woman in the cell. She was trying to take the power, try to take Seek away. That's what it seemed like. That's what Seek was saying. I had a dream and I was able to contact her.
Right.
She might have made a bit of a threat. I saw Kuma, Cloud, Storm. I saw his place and Seek was there. But so whatever she's doing, she's trying to take something from you, trying to take your memories, probably, or was. Maybe we need to check and see if it's gone now that we're separated, or maybe we need to go back. Maybe we need to kill her or something.
Good luck going back. Convincing anyone else. I think all of us want to leave that door shut for good.
I know, and I'm not.
No, I know. It's just... whatever she's taking from us. I don't know. You may not like this suggestion, but, I think maybe we should give someone else the keys.
No, it's appropriate.
Not me. I think either Kiz or Jalira.
No, I agree. I'm planning on that.
Okay. So far they're the only ones, I mean, this Kiz especially, I mean, seems the only one that's not affected in some way. I saw that.
I don't know.
But...
Look. Rix. I might have to worry about Teak trying to take me over too.
What?
I don't think it's like...
What happened? Just take your time with it.
I don't know. She was talking about doing anything to make sure that we can stay together, but to survive everything, and that keeping Kuma was not, that she would do anything to make sure that that doesn't happen.
That sounds like
I don't know how to fix things. And like,
Nix, breathe.
Look.
Breathe. Take a moment. We don't expect you to know how to fix things. I think if we knew how to fix things, we would have done it by now. And we're doing...
You remember how I brought you into my consciousness? Subconscious.
I knew it wasn't intentional, but...
No, I was hoping I could do the same thing with Bruce. And if he was able to approach Kuma, that would have worked. I can't do that anymore. She's weak. And I can't even really access her. She can't use her powers right now.
And then there's
Kuma's just a ball of rage.
and then there's getting bruised to get anywhere near you.
Yeah. Which might be a bad idea because I just frickin' tried to kill him.
It wasn't you.
No, it wasn't. But it was someone using me. And this is not going to end. In a way, it sounded like Zeke was threatening that just as much.
Yeah, I was getting that sort of impression from when you said she would do anything to make sure she kept you.
Look, I don't. She's like,
No, just
I can't do that. I cannot. She's like, at this point, I can't stay around you guys. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm going to hurt someone or kill someone. I'm not safe.
what do you propose that we do? I'm not challenging you, I'm asking you.
And with that, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. Okay. Everybody, thanks for watching so far. Stay tuned when we pick back up in 10 minutes. Is that what we said? 10? Yep. Okay. Awesome. We'll see you guys very shortly. Thank you. Welcome back. Here we are with Rix and Nyx on their watch as they're conversing about what they've most recently learned and what options may or may not be available to them. Rix and Nyx, what are you doing?
So,
I think last he said was,
I'm not challenging you, I really want to know what you're thinking.
yeah. And she's like, I think I have to leave.
Where will you go?
I don't know. I have to definitely figure out how to take take control of my mind before I can be around anyone else. And I can't give this back to Bruce. I don't want to leave you all. Oh,
I don't
especially right now. With what's going on with you. I'm so sorry. But I'm not. I'm feeling. I don't know what else I can do.
Rick's kind of quietly, kind of takes a moment, but in his head, he's kind of screaming at the traveler, tell me what to do! Gives it a half moment to see if the traveler responds. Does he hear anything?
No.
And he's just gonna look at her and be like, I want to say stay, but that's purely for selfish reasons. If you really think it's the only way, I suppose I have to let you go. When will you go?
don't know. I probably need to leave. And I'll give you guys everything I have, all my notes. I need to teach you how to read my journal. How to break the code.
How about we spend some time with that, and then... Do you want to say goodbye?
I can't. I mean, I would to the girls, but I can't face Bruce again. I'm afraid of what would happen. And he probably hates me right now.
He just doesn't know you.
No. He probably wouldn't like what I become. At least not this version. He wouldn't understand.
He will with time. Rick's just hugs her. He doesn't even care anymore. He just hugs her and is like holding on to her almost like for dear life.
She would hold him.
I don't want you to go. None of us do. I mean, Bruce just doesn't... If he knew, he would know you and he would love you the way we do. I don't want you to go. You're my sister. You're my family.
She would just hold him. I know. And I really don't want to leave.
I wish I could fix you. I wish I could fix you. I wish there was a way I could fix you.
I don't think anyone else can. Or that we know. None. I have to gain control over this. Over both of them. Or I'm not going to be able to do any of this. But I am going to get better. Because I have you. Your family. Everyone.
Give me a moment. And he kind of breaks away from her. And he's going to go and start snooping around Jalira looking for the sending stone. And seeing if he can get it from her.
Okay. Roll me a sleight of hand.
Let's see if it's as good as my perception checks.
Who's got the other one?
I do.
Oh.
She's asleep, man. Can I roll with advantage?
Sure, you can roll with advantage.
Thank you. Good, because that's a 22.
I'm not sure I have it. I thought I gave it to other people, but...
What's your passive perception? I don't think it's 22. I think Rix has the highest passive perception. You're not going to feel... If
well, you just need to go to the bag of holding and go... Sending stuff.
Not true. If it's in the bag of holding.
Like, are we certain where the current sending stone locations are right now?
Could everybody check their inventory?
I have one in my inventory. Rix just assumes that Jalira has the other one.
I think it was...
So you're gonna spend this first few minutes rummaging through Jalira's stuff, whether or not she has it. Hopefully she does.
Because my original intention was to give it to the two orcs, because one would be at the front and one would be at the back, and they can yell at each other when they need to.
I have one in my inventory, so...
I think it was Zaneem. And you gave it to Rix because you didn't want the two half-orcs yelling at each other.
You're trying to prevent it. You're not trying to encourage it.
Okay.
Yeah, Z has it.
Okay.
While Brix is gone off, she's going to pull the things out of her bag that she got from Bruce and everything. She's
Okay.
gonna prepare the things to leave with them.
Okay.
So he rummages around. He doesn't find it, I'm assuming.
No,
Have we declared who has it?
Zanim has it.
Tanim has it.
She
Okay,
did declare it.
Then yes, indeed, you do not find it on Jalira's person.
So the next person he's going to is probably going to be Zanim because they're best friends.
Okay. Roll me that sleight of hand with advantage again.
Nice. Watch it be really bad rolls both times.
2 ones. 2
Two
ones.
ones, 2 ones, 2 ones.
I want your hand to go to
Nope, same thing.
I'm fairly sure that beats Zanim's passive perception. You have a sending stone.
Okay. So he comes up to Nyx and he hands her the sending stone. And he's like, take this. I have the other one. And he's like his eyes are like bloodshot right now because he's obviously was crying. And his voice is kind of thick. And he's like, take it and we can reach out to each other as we need to.
Understand.
And I suppose this is goodbye.
Well, I do need to teach you how to read my journal. We do have some time.
We'll do that, and then I suppose you'll
I'll need to go.
leave before the others awake.
Yeah.
How are you going to get out? Exactly?
I'm gonna take one of the blue keys.
Right.
Since we have that one open, I can get out of the blue way.
But weren't the hatches magicked?
Yeah, but there was a lock on the other.
Right.
There was a lock on the other side of the wall, so there might be a arcane lock at the top of the hatch that we didn't see.
Alright.
That is my best guess.
Right.
If not, then I'm gonna be coming back a lot quicker.
Well,
I'm sorry.
just say that I told you to go. And that way they won't be mad at you and they'll just stay mad at me.
Let them be mad at me. I'll understand. And I have some letters. Some of it. I've always written letters to people of things I would say.
Right.
I have to write new M for Bruce, but
Right.
because everything's changed. Anyway, but
well,
she's gathered up a bunch of ripped pages and put it in the journal as well.
okay.
By the way.
Yeah. It's like, well, I guess it's time I start learning how to read. Your journal, I know how to read.
Okay. And she's gonna take some time to try and teach him the code, how to read the code, so that he can read it with ease.
Okay. So he will sit there and learn from her and try to pay attention to time so that she has enough time to go.
Roll me an intelligence check.
Oh, thanks, Mike.
Who? Both of us, or?
No, just me.
No, Rix.
We'll see. Well, we're going to see how great this is. Thanks for the advantage previously. 10! Baseline. Got it.
You know your brother isn't an idiot.
It's the emotions.
You know that you've taught him your ciphers before. And you know that you've explained these things to him. But still teaching him the cipher is a struggle. Sorry, I'm trying to do a couple things at once here. It takes you longer than you planned. You really wanted to get out before the others had a chance of waking up. And like you feel it, you kind of hear the basics of people stirring, kind of moving, getting ready, like, and you're like, oh gosh, I've got to go. So you manage to get Rix what he needs to know to read your journal. But it takes you far longer than you thought it would.
Sorry.
It's okay.
It's the highest
And
I've
she'd be
rolled.
like,
Sorry, go ahead.
she would also be like, and Sydney can also help you. She might be able to break what with what I've taught you if you can't read something.
Okay. You should go.
Not sure how exactly with Bruce and Juliet. I need you to close it after me.
All right, let's go then. I guess.
Move to the next one after me.
As you two move over to the pedestal that has the controls that manipulate the chamber, you begin to climb the ladder. And as this is the first time anybody's had the opportunity or the thought to look up above the ladder, you notice that the ceiling above the ladder is solid, just like the walls are whenever something is activated.
Well,
Mother.
that's why I need to unlock the. Or
What color is the key, Mike?
these are actually the different ones. This isn't the one I
You
thought it
need
was.
a fuchsia key. Sorry.
That's what was that.
I'm gonna die.
I think we're supposed to be at a. Maybe not. Okay. They would have to shut. We have to figure out how to do that. Okay. Okay. So apparently, there's no blue light for.
There
like,
seems to be no
what-
blue light on the ceiling above you, above the ladder.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah.
Dope. Dope.
Okay. She is gonna come down. She's like, kind of like, well, that was dramatic.
I mean,
But yeah, she's gonna come up. She's like, we can't go out that way. We can't go back the way we came. Not until we find whichever key. Which might be one of the brown ones.
That would be a really crappy way to secure a facility. I mean, like you have to use a blue key to get in, but you can't get out without a brown key. Yeah, that's
Yeah, I know.
terrible. Who would do that?
Kenneth. Sorry, got something in my throat.
Mike!
Someone
What?
was losing the party just a little. But anyway, it's a lot of things. But no, she was gonna be like, yeah.
Fire hazard. Technically, there's supposed to be 9 arcane locks there, but you know.
Oh no, you could only fit that many. Whatever will we do?
Like, so yeah, she'll come back down and be like, it looks like we can't leave that way. So.
Okay. Look, I guess for now we proceed, but what do you need me to do?
I don't want you to have to do it. I need to not hurt anyone.
Alright. Alright.
Oh, we'll
So,
figure something out.
What's happening now?
in your head, Rix, you hear the voice. You might want to have her meditate. That could help, I guess.
Artagan, is that you? Alright, he kind of glances at Nyx and he's like, what do you usually do to calm down? Meditate, right?
Yes.
Why don't you give that a shot right now?
So, like, I do every morning.
Well,
Yeah.
it's the morning, I think.
She's like,
Look, I'll even join you.
alright, it's okay. I'm okay. I'm not angry. But I
Oh,
will.
no, I mean, I probably could use a little meditation myself.
Yeah.
How many
She's
multi-class are you gonna do, Rix?
All of them. I'm gonna be so powerful.
Jack of all
I mean,
trades,
Orgrim's
master
going to pick
of
up a level of fighter next, in memory of Fazil, his teacher.
I don't know. It sounds
Sure
like that
he
would be a
is.
standard.
Alright. She'd be like, should we wait for the morning
Well, the others have.
rituals for the others? We need someone to be on watch.
True. Or I don't have to meditate. I can keep watch while you meditate.
Like,
Just trying to be
right.
supportive, you know.
Or, there's something up.
Yes.
But, fine. She's gonna go ahead and sit. And meditate.
She sits, she meditates, she focuses, she breathes. Next, could you please level up your character to level 7?
What?
I do believe where you get the feature of evasion as well as stillness of mind.
See, you should have meditated, Rix.
Alright, give me
Dag
a
nabbit. I shouldn't have asked for advantage. I just lost my chance of leveling up.
Right. So, sorry, this is gonna take me a minute.
No worries.
Alright, yep.
As you settle down in meditation, you feel your thoughts kind of coalesce and crystallize. You begin to think of different ways that you can handle things. You begin to think about ways of keeping your mind calm because that stupid dragon mark said if you can keep a level head. So whenever I have you roll a d100, you now get to roll 2 d100.
You get to choose which one you want, though you don't know the results.
True story.
What did she roll that turned her into Bruce? That's the number we want to avoid.
69.
Okay.
It was in the 60s both times, I think.
Hisriel, how are you doing with your homework?
For
I think I've picked. I was looking at the 2 different ones.
Okay.
Just make the change to my base character. Just boom.
Yeah, just do it.
I'm so nervous.
Oh no. You're
She a monk now too.
We're all
Well,
monks
she's
now.
not.
Or is kids taking level in barbarian?
I'm here for it. I love
She
halfling
has
barbarians.
terrible strength. All right.
Just a really angry little.
Done.
Okay.
Is she gonna leave me now? Also, does leveling up, give me back my missing hit point? Or
Hold on,
I
I'm going to
reduced-
get to that.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead and
Cool.
refresh your character sheet. And take a look at your extras.
I was gonna make a joke, but it's really dark, so I'm not going to.
Why does Bruce have an animal companion now?
Well, okay, if you want her to learn how to rage, take her animal companion from her.
Actually, I think I'd rather sit down and talk to Drix about how to assassinate.
Nani?
She wouldn't rage. She would very calmly, coolly kill them.
Nice.
If you approve of everything that's there, just go ahead and give me the thumbs up.
She's just geeking out a little.
Well,
It's exciting.
there's something we've talked about, and he's given me a way to make sure it doesn't happen. All right, I think I'm good.
Okay.
Reiki.
Kizriel, Rix, Nyx, Bruise, Zanim, you all receive the full benefits of a long rest.
Wait. Does that include healing?
Yes, it does.
Guys, it's a miracle that happened.
How sad is this guy that this is where we're at? Mike's like, hey, you guys get a long rest, and we're like, thank God! Oh my gosh!
It's happening! It's happening!
Just to confirm, since I don't have a lot of experience with having to reduce maximum hit points, that is supposed to go away with a long rest.
That goes away. That particular ability from the creature that hit you with that does go away with a long rest.
Okay.
Yep, mine's back to full.
D&D Beyond did it. I just wanted to be sure.
I wish I was close there, man.
Yeah, you were.
Oh, I'm not grappled anymore. My bad.
So when I wake up, how do I tell that I haven't gotten up all night?
For as much as everybody looks rested and relaxed, and like Kizriel and Nyx look like they're ready to take on like armies again, you feel tired. You feel run down. Like your rest is not nearly as thorough in that it is. You do, however, regain half of your spell slots back.
Okay. I'll take it.
And you are at 3/4 of your hit point.
So the people with dragon marks are the ones that, or no, Bruce doesn't have dragon mark anymore. But he does have the aura. I have no idea. There's no.
Okay,
Wait, so Bruce did level up?
No, only 2 people leveled up.
There
Jerry,
is
we have a
something-
stream we're gonna need you to go play in.
There is something that 5 of you do. 5 of you did that 1 of you didn't. So
Touch the water or touch the cloudy junk.
No, Bruce never touched
We
it.
took baths, right?
Yeah, we all did.
I think we all did.
Yeah.
I think everybody got in the water.
Everybody got in the water. What did we do?
What did we do that she didn't do?
Well, I was gonna think that maybe she didn't get her full rest because she stayed up a little extra with Bruce, but so did Bruce.
Yeah, no, that's
I actually
not
got more
it.
sleep than him.
Guys, we're dumb. We can't even think about that.
Well, we've
It
been
was like
here.
a month ago.
Yeah. Yeah, the
Both
past
in
like,
and
4
out of
hours
game.
It's been a while.
in-game.
He's
been a
not
while.
wrong. He's not wrong.
Do I get my shifting back? Do I get my arcane turret back?
Your shifting comes back. Your arcane turret comes back.
Okay.
You just don't gain your full spell slots, and you don't gain your full HP. If you don't have half of your hit dice left, you regain up to half of your hit dice.
Who would have thought all we needed was emotional trauma?
I'm gonna give Guara some scritches and say, "You look really good."
Did you take the potion? No, I think Julia took the potion
What potion? I didn't take a potion.
The health potion.
before we all went into the others.
I don't remember taking.
Everyone did.
Did all of
So
us end up with like purple crap?
No. Jalir, you didn't take the health potion before we started that last battle?
Like,
No, I didn't take a health potion.
You did.
What?
Yeah, you did, because you were at low health because of the wraiths.
We're out.
That you
We
still
don't have
took
any
the
left.
potion, even though it didn't really get you back up to.
We all took that potion.
Yeah, but Guara didn't take a potion.
But you
She
did.
leveled up.
Oh. Steph, maybe I shouldn't have slept in that bed.
But only two of us leveled up, right?
Only 2 of you have leveled up, yes.
Okay.
How you feeling,
You are-
Z?
Walk
Seems
past
they-
Z and Rix in the hall. Or Nix and Rix in the hall.
I was gonna say, when they wake up, Cherry, like, Bruce is probably, like, got his arms wrapped around Cherry.
Oh, your little
Cherry has to
hugs.
very carefully extricate herself from Bruce.
Dude,
And attributes a lot of her lack of good sleep to being in the weird position she had to be in to sleep on the bed with Bruce.
What
Like,
happens
just
when you're someone's
contorted
teddy bear?
weird. Maybe Bruce squeezed her while he was sleeping like a teddy bear. Who knows?
Nice.
You get over your
A
get over your
teddy
magical
chipmunk.
gadgets. A teddy
Teddy
chipmunk.
half
You get over to
charged,
your
it's better
magical
than nothing.
stuff, like half charged, and you're just like, Like Zanim at this point sits up and stretches, and she's got a full long rest on her, and she's feeling pretty good.
I feel fantastic. He kind of glances at Nyx. How are you feeling?
She's looking pretty good.
You look. How are you feeling?
Is she still meditating or what?
You're still kind of finishing up your meditations, but you kind of feel that you kind of take on that new aspect of trying to keep your mind calm and centered
Okay.
as you're kind of taking on that stillness of mind, and you're kind of bringing it together and meshing it in with who you are and how that works for you.
Okay. So while she's finishing up her meditation, I guess Rix is going to take out the traveler's gift. And he's going to stare at it, and he's going to be like, "You help me, I help you. That was the deal."
That's 2 you owe me.
Well, collection day's not yet, is it?
Not quite.
I'm definitely going to regret this, aren't I?
And next, hear him talking out loud.
Beware the gifts of the traveler.
Yeah. No more
And you
Nyx.
notice for the first time, holding your sword, there seems to be in the pommel, like you have that center set gemstone,
Mhm.
and you now notice that there are 2 open sockets, one on the top and one on the bottom, one above the gemstone and one below the gemstone on the pommel, as if there are 2 more stones that should go there.
Do they look like eyes, like a yellow eye?
No.
Good to know. Good to know. He kind of puts it away and nods to himself. He's like, "Oh, they're gonna kill me." Kind of glances at Nyx. Is she aware now?
Yeah, I think so at that point, like if you were talking, I didn't hear if you were talking out loud or not.
No, he was probably whispering
No.
to himself, but he kind of glances up at her. He's like, "I had a word with the man upstairs. That's all."
Kind of gives him the sure kind of look. Like, yeah, sure.
I mean, I was.
Hey, Z.
I need to. There's some things I need to find for him down here. So. is hoping we find him.
She would nod.
I really hope it wasn't in that room with that woman.
We'll have to see
Is
how
that what she-
Why are you
Is that what
laughing?
Rick's
Why are
eating
you
in his head?
laughing? Stop laughing!
No, that laughing was not heard in her head. I couldn't control that one. It just came out. That is not the traveler giggling in her head with glee.
No, that's
I
that's
feel
the
That's
we
our
woman.
should check
DM.
that.
It's a disembodied voice.
Well,
Okay.
we'll have to check those pieces that Jalira put in her bag.
You know
See,
what? That's
see
a-
what's happened with that.
Yeah, that's... And they had... Did they have like a gem in them? Maybe.
They had
We should...
gems carved.
That's what you did. You touched the thing and you scavenged the thing.
Okay. I will... You know, I'm gonna go check on that now, because... I mean, if we're gonna fight another one of those things, just get it over with, right?
She went that way.
Alright. He's gonna go after Jalira.
Okay.
There's two things I'd like to do.
Bruce, you kind of find yourself kind of stretching and moving after Cherry's kind of left you. That
I
kind of
was gonna say,
warmth
Bruce
that was
is
there.
probably going to sleep longer than most people
Mhm.
from being
Like,
just exhausted.
I think everybody at this point is up except for you, so I was going to have you kind of slowly start to realize that consciousness is coming, and you probably kind of like take the pillow and put it over your head a little bit and just no, not 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes.
Yeah, I think he's going to hide from reality for now. That seems about right.
Okay, so don't forget to update your HP on your characters in Roll20 as well. Rick still looks like he has like 2 HP. Just FYI.
Okay, but Jalira's been saying she's trying to do something, and then we keep getting distracted.
I'm getting down there, moving my way
Well.
down there.
I'm just making sure.
Okay, so Jalira, what is it you would like to do this morning?
Well, she's just kind of muttering to Z as she's trying to pick out which cantrip to do for cantrip 1 for now. She was kind of leaning towards frostbite just to mix things up a little bit. But she also wants to write a note on the spare page that she put into her, probably tucked into her spell book. The one with like 2 spells in it. I want to DM you that note.
Okay. You guys do have a pile of items you could start trying to figure out what those are all about.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to do that while eating breakfast? I.e. the rations we got from Lyrington? And while we, like, contemplate how to wake this guy up? I was going to start with a slap.
As you can,
Would
he has not woken up naturally on his own. He still seems to be in a unconscious type state.
So Z went to bed thinking about all the things. She kind of didn't really stop. Would she have gotten any insights into the problem and how to help everybody while she was sleeping?
Roll me an insight check with disadvantage.
Only some people get special dreams.
Apparently.
Yeah.
You do get from thinking about it that you were kind of stressing about Nyx not having her dragon mark. No, her dragon mark was trying to hide itself from you, and it was doing a really good job at it.
Okay.
You do understand that Nyx's dragon mark is still there. It's just not showing itself. And you're not getting the same amount of tell
Power.
from it. It's not generating the same amount of power that
Okay.
you're not entirely sure what's going on with your hypnotic gaze. That kind of has left you in a little bit of a stupor. And there was still that kind of floating bit of aberrant dragon mark energy around Rix's head that seemed to be circling him that you're still not entirely sure of.
Mm-hmm. That was one of the things that she was contemplating and therefore not paying attention to things last night. So yes.
Okay.
There's one other thing I'd like to do before we get going too. I want to get out a piece of paper, two pieces of paper, right at the top. Members of Bruce's crew, and get a writing implement, hand it to Rix, and say, "Can you just," or even Zanim. You both worked closely with the crew. Well, Zanim less so because she was poisoned
partying with him mostly.
Yeah,
Well, she was poisoned for several days.
Rix actually worked with them.
I did. She was partying when she got poisoned.
Yeah. And,
Yeah.
she's gonna take another piece of paper, and she wants to. That says the same thing at the top, but she's gonna ask Bruce to fill it out.
Rix will take it and start writing the names that he remembers. Oh no, girl, I just healed.
Okay. What names does Rix remember?
Oh gosh.
Let's go ahead and DM me a list of what you remember.
What?
I don't remember their names. Can the player not be at fault for remembering their names, please? Oh gosh.
Do you need me to send you a note? The notes?
Yeah, because he would remember them. He remembers Gimbal. That one's like obvious because everybody remembers the bard. What's the name of the Warforged? Surf. Gimbal, Surf. Jiria was another one, right?
Correct.
There was, oh gosh, the one that...
You're writing these down, right?
Yeah.
Obviously.
I'm like, my notes are over there.
Surf, Jiria, Gimbal. Gosh, there was the one that he spoke with that, oh gosh, that Bruce said was like him.
Yeah, there's one that's that also had some forgery skills, right?
Yeah.
I think he was
Azim!
I remembered.
Yeah. So
I found my journal.
yeah, cool. Yeah, he remembers Jiria, Surf, Gimbal, Azim. Those are the ones with names that he really or at least the ones that he really would remember very well. What was the name of the cook? The one that taught kids how to cook.
Are you asking her?
No, I'm asking you out of character.
His name was Condon. I just don't know if you would have remembered.
No, he would remember the person that taught you how to cook well.
It was quite the experience for all of us.
I mean, kids.
Varying degrees of.
Nyx was fine. Rix wasn't. Yeah, no, he'll write those names down. Condon, Jiria, Surf, Gimbal, and Azim.
Without looking at it, I'm going to say thank you, and I'm going to fold it up, and I'm not going to look at it.
Okay.
Nobody looks like they're going to do anything.
Oh,
No.
I'm gonna.
Hey, I got a question for you, Jerry. You threw one of those dogs in your pack, right?
Oh yeah, I did, didn't I?
Just pieces.
Pieces of it. I'm hoping it didn't go back together. But is it possible for us to maybe take a piece out and pray that it's still not connected? Because those things had like a stone in them, right?
I'm gonna open it up, and I'm gonna say, summon the 3 orange gems.
Okay. Into your hand spring forth 3. They're about a foot long each, about 2 inches wide each. These are more like dorsal spikes that came off the back of this creature.
Okay.
And they seem to glow with a very sickening orange color. I need everybody who's around you when you pull them out to make a Constitution saving throw.
Nice.
How far?
You're within 10 feet.
Beware gifts the traveler.
Ooh,
Nice. On brand.
guys.
On brand. On brand. That's about right. That's about right.
Z, yeah!
Z coming in clutch.
Okay. Hold on.
That's about right. That's about right.
I don't know if we should point out the natural one.
Where did she do that one?
Oh. Yeah.
The first one was a natural one.
Oh, did I miss a natural one?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yeah, for her con save.
Who's?
Oh.
We all failed. Every last one of us failed this.
Hey,
I did
11 might
not.
be passing. We don't know the DC.
I think Z did pretty good.
For the one?
The con save is a 1, hun. That would be the first one you rolled. I'm not going to take the 16.
What?
There's a
Wait,
con
where-
save above Rogue Dragons. It came through. Your first one came through.
That. Okay, I didn't see it. Sorry. And then I didn't think that I'd rolled, so I tried again.
Okay.
Well, okay. I'm doing real good tonight.
This is on brand for us, guys.
It's okay, because Z's a halfling, right? So
Okay.
look, people are
Anybody-
changing up a lot of stuff this session. She could be.
I don't know, but Guara's hit points.
Let's see. Can I have each of you, Z, Jalira, and Rex, because you seem to be the three that are kind of clustered together. Can I have each of you roll me a d4?
No.
Nice, sir.
Oh,
So beautiful, you guys. Straight fours all the way down.
4 hours? 4 days? What could
Okay.
it be? 4 of those
What
things?
are the
12
chances?
appear?
Oh gosh.
I mean, I'm pretty sure one of my college classes would have been about calculating.
Hit points not
I-
modifiers. Hit points not modifiers.
As a bonus, all your new characters will be level 7.
Okay, so
The psychic
all
damage?
of you receive the sickened condition,
Oh, nice. Oh.
and you maintain that condition for the next 4 hours.
Sickened condition.
However, you manage to vomit on the crystals so they don't continue glowing. The combination of all three of your vomit seems to cover them up.
I don't.
Sickened
see
is
any
not.
other
Sickened's not listed.
conditions.
Yeah, I'm not finding
Poisoned.
it.
It's poisoned.
Okay.
Poison.
Sorry.
Okay, there we go.
Whoa,
Fifth
guys,
edition.
are you
Fifth
okay?
edition.
Oh, let me clean that up.
Get it together,
Don't,
DM.
don't,
Get it together.
Don't clean it up. Don't clean it up. Don't clean it up.
Oh, okay, I'll just.
Huh.
Why not? Why not?
We can always.
He's gonna take that as a really strong signal that that's not what he needed. He's like, can.
And with that, you do hear a little snicker in your head.
Beware the gifts of the traveler.
Okay.
Okay, what's wrong? What? How? I rub both the backs of the two that I'm next to and be like,
Let's
Just hold the bag of holding open for them.
just put those back in there as is, please. Do not prestidigitate.
wait, once they're in the bag and we close the vomit-covered spikes in the bag,
So,
now can
Jalira, Jalira,
Now
do you
we're
let
getting
them put
vomit all over
vomit-covered
the
spikes?
inside of the bag.
You let them put vomit-covered spikes in your bag?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
There's gonna be a lot of sticky stuff in that bag.
Nick's just kind of like, is everything okay?
I mean, 3 people just wretched in here.
I have not felt this sick. And he kind of looks at Kiz for a while. He looks away.
Go wild.
For a while.
Felt this sick for a while. It looks like kids.
Not since
Speaking
he
of
ate your
Condon.
food.
Speaking of causes,
First time.
You are much better at it now.
What?
She's gonna make sure
Can I
Everything.
do
You look
prestidigitation now?
you look fantastic. Around the rim of the please. Oh gosh, I need to sit down.
I'm just gonna try to clean up you two. I know Zeke can take care of
He
herself.
just moves over here and like just takes a seat. Like, I'm not good.
Side note, can I have everybody roll me a D100?
Oh, everyone?
Jerry, do you have
Everyone.
Oh, we're all,
Do I roll 2?
does
including
Laura
me,
roll?
or
Yeah, including you. This is not a roll that's against you, Nick. Don't worry.
woo!
oh my gosh!
That's skill. Skill.
Natural 1 on a
It
D100.
was bad.
Mike's face is just wow.
So his face was more like, I didn't know you could roll that low. I'm gonna have to fold out a different part of the table.
I'm amused that you and I were the only ones who rolled less than 40.
Yep, that's siblings for you.
That's on brand. Again, on brand.
I like my 91.
Bruce is just asleep.
I'm gonna, while everybody's kind of getting settled, I am gonna ask Jalira if she can, like, do the jug of alchemy.
What do we want?
I just get you guys some water and some food.
Oh,
Can you summon Pepto-Bismol?
Not mayonnaise.
man, it's the closest I'm back to
It's just it's creamy, coats the esophagus.
Just keep drinking water.
Is that really necessary?
Just think of it as my Lantha.
Oh, my Lanta.
Alright, and Nick
Which,
is like, you've got this, kid. I'm gonna check on Bruce.
okay, yeah, I think so. There's something about the crystals they pulled out. I think that made him sick.
Oh, yeah, they make you sick. The crystals. Yeah, oh. Okay.
We fought the dogs and we seemed okay. I thought it was the smoke that made us. Oh, doesn't matter. It's in the bag.
I'm gonna take.
The smoke saved a lot of you guys from having to deal with that.
I'm gonna take a nap.
Lay down. I'll make him a pillow. Out of my bed.
No, he just grabs
Yeah.
his pack and uses it as a pillow. He's like, I'm good. I'm just gonna take a nap.
Yeah, Z's
gonna
doing
do
the
some-
same thing. She's like, well, so much for waking up.
I'm gonna do the kind of tinkering that gives me the most zen.
Okay. Should I go wake up the dwarf?
Would that be identifying?
Yeah, I wish.
Yeah.
She would have to read whatever language that spell is in. I think that'll probably cause her motion sickness.
What about?
I
You
mean,
know
I
what
can
Z
try.
can do? Well, no, she can't. If she's sick, would probably take longer for her to copy her spells.
Just you guys. I mean, if you're feeling up for doing identifying on some of the stuff we found.
Well,
Nope,
between the two of us, we've only got one diamond.
Pearl.
Pearl.
Sorry, I'm not there.
Gur pearl. There you go.
Hey, Z, would you like me to try to do identify? My spells didn't really recharge yesterday. I don't know if you got any recharges out.
Well, I was feeling really good until just now. I'm gonna take a nap. Maybe we can look at
Okay.
spells after I feel better.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm not doing squat now. It has been a really crappy couple of days.
I was feeling so good earlier.
Yeah.
I feel about the same.
Yeah, no. Rick's had was hanging by a thread. He was like ICU.
It was my pallor was that of death.
Well, I think what she means is that she feels about the same as yesterday.
Aw.
Oh gosh, it's so typical of us.
I'm not gonna lie, I forgot you guys had those.
You're welcome.
But now you have things to use against your enemies if you can stand to look
Yeah.
at them long enough to throw them in a room.
No, don't look at him. Close your eyes and go.
I mean, it'd be fun if we threw into the room with the lady, but then it would just make more of those things. So,
Can you attach those to Bruce's axe?
Drop them down into a hole.
That's a lot of con saves. That's a lot of con saves. He's not saying no. He's not saying no. He's not saying no.
Just
Jalira might not be able to, but if you guys can ever get Tongs back, Tongs might have something to say, as he's one who's been playing with strange and exotic materials before.
Look, that would require us to get out of the Mournlands.
It would require us to get out of Whitehearth.
You know what? The chances that we'll ever be able to save Tongs.
That would require us to get out of this junction.
I don't even remember why we're here anymore.
We went to go check a room, and now we found a yellow key, and we can go open the door that has scratch marks outside of it.
Why?
we're trying to find the schema.
Why?
It's an excellent question.
That's what I've been saying like this whole time.
I know, and we keep going back and forth. It's our only lead. But now we should just go back to Lyrenton. Leave the scheme here. Let's go to Lyrenton.
Apparently, Pipes is there now.
Yeah,
So-
Pipes is there, so let's go.
Yeah, so we're like Melody and Lord of Blades.
But we won't have the schema, so we won't be helping them.
And possibly your ex-boyfriend.
That got quiet quick.
So, how much more Whitehearth do you want to explore, kids?
I'm ready to go.
Alright. I mean, we could go somewhere. I'm not going to feel very good while we
We
go.
actually can't get out of here.
But,
We don't have an exit.
of course we don't. Why am I not surprised?
Ugh. I don't like this. Alright. Riggs just kind of just lies there, contemplating his life choices yet again.
Yeah, Z is,
Wait.
attempting to pass out.
There's a yellow key here. Is this
Well,
the
it's
door that
like
has
her-
the scratches where he's lying down?
No,
That was the other junction?
that's the other junction.
He's gonna go
Let's
over
wait
here.
till everybody's ready before we open any doors. I say either we look at the stuff we bought, we picked up, or we wake up the dwarf. Or
We can't
somebody.
wake up the door.
Rix is like
Well, I can't.
shuffling over there.
We haven't tried.
We haven't tried.
He just starts poking at him.
Nobody's tried to give him a good slap on the face yet. That's all.
Roll me a
Pretty sure we did.
medicine check.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna be great.
You are currently poisoned, so
Disadvantage.
you just start like touching his
Yeah, that's about right. There's a natural one.
face. Poke him in the
that-
eye. Everyone wakes up. and
It's
you
not
poke
a
him in the eye.
natural one, okay? It could have been so much worse. I don't want to know what a natural one medicine check. He's dead.
Let me just
looked at
take
him
this
earlier.
scalpel
Clearly,
here.
clearly, Rix at some point heard somewhere that determine the death of somebody. It's a rectal temperature.
That's a natural
There's
one.
only one.
That's not a natural one. I didn't get a natural one. Leave it alone.
Rix remembers fervently those times he's crept into someone's room, covered their mouth and their throat in their sleep, and they immediately woke up before they died. And he's like, I know. This has always woken them up.
That's what a
first.
natural one would get me, but it's not one. That's a base 6, okay?
He'll struggle at any moment.
Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to
Yeah,
sleep.
good memes, eh, Mike?
Good times, good times. Okay.
Oh, man.
You proceed to poke at him. For your best guess, you're not entirely sure. Like, he's out. Like, poking at him is not doing it.
I'm gonna do something stupid. I'm gonna poke his neck at the dragon mark.
Do me a favor and roll me 2d6.
Yes.
No.
Oh.
No.
No.
Wait, that is not. That's a D26. My bad. I typed.
Wow.
You typed that wrong.
Five.
How
5
did you
points
get
of damage.
16 on 2d6.
Magic. 5 points of psychic damage, Mike.
5 points of psychic damage.
Okay. All right. I won't do it. I'll leave it alone. I'm gonna go over here and take a nap.
Oh man.
Okay, I mean, do we just leave him?
Just don't touch his dragon mark.
Well,
I'm
could
gonna
he
touch his
possibly?
dragon mark.
Could he possibly have
Ignore it.
the
Step back.
paralyzed condition?
Roll me a medicine check.
I'm not there at the moment.
Okay, then no, you're not sure.
I'm gonna look at him and I will check. I'm gonna go and actually look at the dragon mark, move his beard, touch it a bit, see what I can see.
You're touching the dragon mark?
Yeah, she's actually gonna test to see if it's ripped this thing.
Are you gonna become host to a third
Okay.
dragon mark?
Cool. His dragon mark, his aberrant dragon mark, most aptly resembles, your best guess is like a tribal stylized bullseye that seems to sit right on his Adam's apple, right over the cricoid cartilage that's in his throat. And it kind of spreads about an inch or inch and a half, 2 inches either way around. You poke at the dragon mark itself and nothing seems to happen to you.
It looks like a bullseye.
Oh yeah. She's gonna also check his
Savage.
pulse again and, see if there's anything that she can do to wake him up, because everyone wants him awake now. Should she roll medicine?
Yes, go ahead and roll me medicine.
Okay. Apparently she's doing pretty good at rolling medicine checks.
I'm happy.
You're feeling around, you're calculating, you're estimating. Nothing you're trying seems to be waking him up.
Well, it's not normal. Nothing's waking him up. He's still suppressed in this state. And Rix, I touched it and it didn't seem to affect me. So whatever's going on with you, you probably can't touch dragon marks.
Maybe it's just aberrant marks. Maybe you should try touching my mark and see what happens.
You just want him to touch your
Zaneem's
boot.
just lying there, looking green, extra green in the face.
Okay.
Okay.
Ignore that list. That was mostly
Okay.
just to go to Jared. I don't know why it separated like that, but Jared has that list in his head when Jalira approaches him with her piece of paper.
Is she approaching him with a piece?
Yes.
Well, and if like Nyx was kind of just keeping an eye on him and everything, and when Jalira came up, that's when she left.
Okay.
Did it
She
look
would
like
have
she
been
was?
just like this a little bit of creeper there, sort of, because she's
Hanging out just barely out of view. Okay, gotcha.
And okay. I mean, did it look like you were pointedly trying to avoid me?
No, she's creeping on Bruce, not you.
Oh, okay.
She was watching Bruce, making sure that he was okay, but also trying to avoid being too close to him.
She was creeping on Bruce.
Most of it.
So,
Bruce,
Jalira, you approach Bruce.
can
Is he
you...
still asleep?
You've kind of woken up, what with the violent retching sounds you heard from the other side, and Kiz's concerned voice. You're still like, it's up to you. Are you pretending to be asleep? Is that what that deception check was? I saw
It was a stealth.
a stealth check.
That was him hiding from reality.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, no, that didn't work. If you'd like to make a deception check, like pretending you're still asleep, you're fully welcome.
He's probably not. I mean, he probably just was like still laying there with something over his head, but not actively trying to like.
Done me!
What was that?
Not actively being like, don't look at me.
Yeah, just resignedly lying there. I guess slowly would be like getting up. Probably look down at himself at like the mess. Several hours of crying would have left. And would be like, somewhat trying to clean himself up a little bit, pull out his pack and see what he has in there to see what he can. Definitely like.
I'm not gonna say you're covered in dried snot, but
no, that's exactly what he is. He's covered in dried snot.
There's definitely this kind of cakey, crusty stuff all over your face and chest.
Bruce is not going to say anything when Cherry turns around and walks away as to what might have ended up on the back of her armor. But yeah, he's kind of like cleaning himself up a bit. And I guess if Cherry walks over, he kind of looks up at her, like eyes bloodshot, and just like see him like fiddle with his nose a bit, and he's. When did I get a nose ring?
Has Bruce told Jalira the story of his nose ring? I don't think so.
Julia, did you say anything?
Someone's cat might be a butthead. I might love him anyway.
Bruce has no idea how to respond to that non sequitur.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
I need you to write down just some names of some of the members of your crew. I mean, don't show it to me.
Okay.
It's a test. Not for you.
Okay. Sure. Maybe just give me a minute. I'm gonna finish it and cleaned up.
I'll be with the others. Thank you.
Okay. He's gonna like get up and change his shirt.
How many shirts does Bruce have in his pack?
I think at least 2. I think he had a spare one, and apparently what has become a crop top was not originally. But whatever.
Red and white striped tunic top, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he should have another shirt in there. So he'd probably like pull out the smaller shirt, kind of look at it, hold it up, put it back, rifle around, find another shirt, change out, which is probably actually the first time he would get a look at the alterations to his tattoo. The one with the names on it.
Roll me a perception check.
Perception. 5.
Nice.
Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Not nice.
17.
Nice.
You beat the DC.
No psychic damage for you.
You see names that are unfamiliar to you.
Actually, the first part of them should be very familiar.
Yeah, the first part is. And you see, you like as you're kind of like scrolling, like kind of looking back up the tattoo as you're pushing your arm through or taking it, you're out. However you want to do it, you recognize, you see your original crew's names on there, and you start to see names of crew that
You just named you
Bruce
doesn't recognize.
Names he doesn't recognize. There's, for a minute, as you look at the names, there seems to be, it's like almost as if there wants to be a burn in your head, but the cooling menthol just kind of glosses it over and smooths it out, and you suffer no damage.
Okay, that's weird. He'd probably take a quick look around himself to see if there's anything else that's different. At least on the torso area, he's not taking off his pants. He doesn't know if anyone's going to come back.
Apparently, Nyx has moved to creeper position again.
She's
So
kind of like she's so like worried about him and also afraid of going near him. So she's stuck. Creeper.
Yeah.
roll me another perception check, Bruce. Nyx, go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
21.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
Get that stealth going, girl. Oh no, he sees you.
Oh.
He sees
Like-
you.
As you're studying, looking, you kind of notice her out of the corner of your eye.
I was
but-
going to say, it's probably like he's looking at himself. He's kind of checking. He's like, he sees the scarring on himself again. And like maybe in that moment, he's like, oh, should I check any other spots? And that's when he turns to see if anybody's there, to see like if he should take his pants off, and like
Nope.
kind of quickly turns back around and grabs his shirt and begins putting on his shirt as fast as he can. Kind of like grabbing like over, almost like cover himself real quick as he's uncomfortable.
Just holding it up in front of him.
Sorry.
Just think of Ron in Harry Potter when Hermione bursts in his room. He's like, "Ah!"
Yeah. And put his shirt on.
Okay. Bruce gets dressed. Nyx, knowing that she was seen, kind of hunkers down the hallway a little bit more and just waits. Okay, Jalira, you return to the group. Kind of, woof. You find a spot to kind of sit down and rest. Or do you kind of keep standing on your feet and keep moving?
I want to try looking in his eyes and see if just opening the door sides. I want to know if there's a chance he's got a condition that I might be able to cure, like paralyzed.
His pupils seem non-reactive to light. They just kind of stay at a kind of half state. As you kind of open the right one and look, seems to hold steady. You open the left one and look, seems to hold steady.
Hey Z, do you know if reactions to the paralysis, Are even the eyes paralyzed? I know sometimes they aren't, but do you know?
Whatever she does is gonna be at disadvantage.
Generally, from what you've known and read in your studies about, reactivity in pupils on subjects, non-reactive pupils are odd-shaped pupils. If one side is bigger than the other, but generally it's all a result of head trauma.
Okay. Z would share what she knows while like talking into the floor. She's mumbling into the floor because
So maybe a concussion? Okay, I agree.
At least it's not as bad as the last time I was poisoned.
That is very true. I don't know if anything I've got will help. It was an idea. I'm gonna go take it easy.
I mean, we can prestidigitate him, but I don't know if that would help anything medicinally. Might make him less stinky. Is he stinky? Who knows?
Have you
I
lost
can't
your
smell
sense of
anything
smell?
at the moment because it kind of came out like
She's poisoned, not sickened.
It's the Rona.
That's fantastic, guys. So, Bruce, it looks like you. Are you going to do anything other than change clothes, come to the group eventually, or are you going to hang out up?
He would probably finish changing. Would, I guess, take that piece of paper and write down what he remembers, like Cherry asked. And then, yeah, take a look around and head back to the group.
Okay. He proceeds to head back down to the group. Nyx, you see him moving towards you.
She would just kind of look down. Avoid looking at him. She'd be like, by the way, I did want to say I was sorry.
He probably would have turned the corner and stopped upon seeing Nick standing there.
Okay.
It would have been looking away himself.
Then she's just gonna leave.
Okay.
Hey.
He'll head in. Head over to Cherry and hand her the note.
Okay. Cherry, do you do anything with the note?
Did you say something? No, we can't hear you.
sorry.
You're muted because your cat was playing in a crinkly bag.
My cat was playing. Okay, so I kind of prepare myself to at least aim somewhere to throw up if this causes me to throw up again. But I'm gonna get out both notes and open them up and lay them out in front of me at the same time. And then I try to think about the people that my memory supposedly I briefly met. And I want to see how much damage I did to myself.
Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
You got this.
Do.
Are you depending on pareidolia to really pull out which one's the more familiar one to
Hey.
you?
She's just hoping to understand the phenomenon better.
The names on Rix's sheet don't mean anything to you. You don't recognize a single one. All the names on Bruce's sheet? Yeah, you remember hanging out with those guys.
You don't remember the shifters.
I don't remember the shifters. Rix.
And something else pops up in your head.
Okay.
Yeah, you remember. The ship that you guys arrived on was an elemental galleon that
Ooh.
Bruce could drive. And we're
What?
going to end our session there.
What?
Okay.
Okay, guys, we're wrapping up. Thank you for watching. We hope to see you next week.
Okay.